I check my phone. Whose kid is this? And it says, tornado warning. Take cover now in a basement. Ooh, my heart started beating so fast. I said, oh my God, do we even have a basement? I don't even know. Because I'm from California. We don't do basements in California. That's dangerous because there could be an earthquake. I wake up my husband. I was like, babe, we got an alert on the phone. It says there's going to be a tornado. We got to go in the basement. Do we have a basement? Now, my husband is an Army brat. He grew up everywhere. He spent a lot of time in Kansas, and he was like, oh, we used to get these all the time. Don't even worry about it. Just go back to sleep. To sleep? But they just woke me up. I don't think that's what they want. He was like, what county is it in? Oh yeah, that's like 5 miles away. We're good. We could watch it from the front. He went back to sleep. Wasn't even stressed at all. I got up. I said, oh no, this is an emergency. We sleep with one of those sleep sound machines that plays like the rain sounds. So we were already in the midst of a storm. We had our own storm going on. It was on surround sound, so it was real loud. There was stuff blowing up on the windows, but I didn't even notice because I just thought it was a good episode that night. I was like, ooh, this one's realistic, favorite. I get up, I turn the sleep machine off, and that is when we can hear the tornado sirens outside. Brrr, brrr. Then my husband, go, get up, go, get up, go. What? But you said we could watch it. We both start freaking out. I'm grabbing things we don't even need, like Windex, a stapler. Where do we go? Turns out we do have a basement. Guess where it is? Outside. Like we're in the Wizard of Oz. We keep it locked for safety. And we keep the key in the junk drawer in the kitchen. You highly underestimate what you consider junk until you're in an emergency situation. Now, I don't know how you guys keep your junk drawers at home. Maybe you're highly organized. I open up my drawer, I gotta sift through a bunch of dead batteries, expired coupons, hella rubber bands. We don't even use rubber bands. But every time we get one, we gotta save it. Why? What is so sacred about a rubber band that we can't throw it away? Whether it came wrapped around the newspaper or asparagus, it's in the drawer now. And that asparagus rubber band, that's a good one. Woo. We better save this. Got about 86 keys in here. We don't even have 86 locks. Finally find the basement key. We go outside, unlock the door, get down into the basement, and that is when we realize that we are fully unprepared for this situation. We have no emergency necessities down there. No water, no food, no batteries, nothing. Just me, my husband, and hella spiders. And they were all looking at me real suspect-like too. Like they recognize me. That's her?
think the craziest part about getting divorced is having to change your emergency contact back to your mom. It would be less embarrassing to use a stranger from Craigslist, truly. But other than that, it went pretty smoothly. Like, we still have a lot of love and respect for each other. He's also a comedian, so we didn't have a lot of assets to split up. It's not like there was a summer house and a boat. It was like, do you want the Batman Begins DVD? Who gets the good spatula? And after some time had passed, we decided that we were going to try and be friends again. And that's always a little weird the first time you try hanging out with an ex as a friend. When he saw me, he fist bumped me. I was like, wow, honestly, I would rather have you fist me. That would feel less physically uncomfortable than this nightmare you just put us through. Hated that. Absolutely not. And I've had the deadly peanut allergy for most of my life, so for the 8 years we were together, he had to stop eating peanut products, because if he did and then kissed me, my throat could close. So when I saw him, I was like, oh, what's it like to eat peanut butter again? He goes, oh man, we should have broken up a long time ago. I don't even blame him. Have you had peanut butter? I can't compete with that. I hate that the person I'm with has to give that up. That puts way too much pressure on me to be worth the trade-off, right? Like, you're gonna rob a man of Reese's for the rest of his life? Pfft, you better be pretty open-minded in the bedroom. Gonna make a man stop swallowing something delicious. Well, get ready to start swallowing something gross. You gotta fill the void that Snickers left. A missionary with the lights off ain't gonna cut it anymore. So, had to learn some new moves and watch some tutorials. That's what I call porn. It's just educational for me now. I just watch with a little notepad like, oh, pretend to gag. Okay. Seems good. I do think it's easy when you get married to stop trying as hard in bed, but God, if you get divorced and you start trying to date again, it's like having to come back out of retirement. You know, it's like you gotta start stretching, get ready to run another BJ 5K. Like, no, I just did this. Somebody moved the finish line back another 10 years. Ugh, can't even see it. Do we have any married people here tonight? That was a pretty sad sound. You guys were faking it a little bit. You're like, eh. Some of you just treated it like a silent auction. You were like... Just so sad. Anybody here been married for a really long time, like over 20 years? You guys are so cute. How long have you been married? 21. Give it up for 21. That's a long time. Yeah. So you guys get it. If you've been working the same job for over 2 decades, you start to cut some corners. Right? But if it is your first week at a new job, you are hustling. You just start. I'm sure you dudes have figured out by now that the best you ever get from us is the first. Because women, we're so competitive, we know that you're about to compare us to every other one you've ever had. So we just enter the arena that night like, I will be queen. Give me that. We pull out all our tips and tricks, hurt our knees, throw our back out. We want a trophy. We will give head to get ahead. But then you get married and you start to treat like you're assembling IKEA furniture. Just skip a few steps, and by the end, you're like, next time I'm hiring somebody else to do this. A little righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, let's get the hell out of here. We gotta go to Costco. I tried to avoid the whole post-breakup identity crisis. One of my friends went through a breakup, and she got this dramatic haircut afterward as a revenge move against her ex. She's like, if he sees me, he's gonna know he missed out on this whole other me. Like a guy has ever seen a haircut and been like, never got a asymmetrical lob, Lisa. You guys never know when we change our hair, right? You're not even observant of yourselves. Before the divorce, I was cuddling with my ex, and I felt like my leg had been stabbed. I looked down. His toenails looked like he cut them with his teeth. They're all jagged, like he could unlock a secret door in a haunted house. I was like, do you have a best friend with a matching jagged toenail and you put them together to make a best friend necklace? Is that what you're doing? He turned his toe into a prison shiv. And I was like, what is this? He goes, I just didn't notice. Oh, I sure did. When you shanked my Achilles tendon. I'm bleeding out. Because I feel like this stuff only gets worse with you guys with age. Like, we've all seen the really old men with thick tufts of raccoon hair growing out of their ears. I'm sure that guy's wife has been telling him to trim it for years and he just can't hear her. Like, what? It's like yelling into a fan. It's coming right back in your face. I just sat next to a very old man on a plane recently, and I had my notebook out, and he leans over and goes, it's nice to see somebody writing and not on their phone. And I was like, aw, he doesn't know I'm writing jokes about cum. I was like, oh, suddenly Candy Crush doesn't seem so bad, huh, Wendell? And I booped him on the nose. Love that, Wendell. It does feel a little weird to start over now in my 30s, but at least I know now what I like and don't like in a relationship. For example, I don't care how hot you are, I'm still never gonna eat your ass. Not a fan of the devil's chocolate. No, thank you. And I'm fair about it. I don't ask anybody to eat mine either, okay? There's no need. Women have a lot of holes down there. It's like a mini golf course. Just skip the one that's in a lagoon. Just don't even look at it.
It's hard getting older. There's too many acronyms to keep up with now. Like my friend texted me the other day, she was like, TLDR. I was like, what's that? She said, too long, didn't read. I was like, oh, well, too short, didn't understand. I know BRB and LOL, that's it. And I have come to realize that I am far too generous with my LOLs. LOL has become a common courtesy. It's just a thing you say. Like another common courtesy, if somebody's next to you and they sneeze, what do you say? Bless you. But are you really blessing them from God? No, it's just a thing you say. When your friend texts you and they're trying to be funny, what do you say? LOL. Did you really laugh out loud? No, you didn't. At this point, LOL just means I have received your text. If I reply to your text with LOL, at most, a little bit of air came out my nostril. If I reply to your text with LOL, this is how I read your text. Like, it was funny, but I don't know how to type back. If I reply to your text with ha 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 ha, that's funny. If I reply to your text with bwah ha 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 ha, like BWHAHA, that means that was so funny I had to spit something out my mouth. If I reply to your text with rows of ha 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 ha, I start using other letters like HHJK ha ha ha, QRST ha ha ha, that means that I said something funny and I'm really proud of myself. It's hard getting older. But no matter how old I get, I will always be younger than my sister, okay? I am my sister's little sister. Any other little sisters here tonight? Little sisters? Yes. Dare I say the little sister is the best sister? Probably because the older sister is exhausted from having to raise the rest of us. Right? Because when mom was at work, she had to cook, she had to clean, she gave herself spanking privileges. My sister was stressed out by the time she was 13. We'd catch her on the side of the house smoking those candy cigarettes. There was a dark period of time where she was going through about 6 packs a day. Probably because those things only had 1 puff of smoke in each cigarette. Those were some wild times, man. We'd be at the ice cream truck ordering fake cigarettes, fake chewing tobacco. I was 9 years old doing lines of lemon salt on my hand. Wild. I am my sister's little sister. We grew up best friends. We're still best friends. I talk to my sister like 5 times a day, which is great for me, not so much for her because she has a real job. And I call her when she's at work, so she answers the phone in her work voice. Hello. I go, hi. What's up? Oh, nothing. What are you doing? I'm working. Dang, you work every day? Mm-hmm. All right, then. Anyway, I was watching this show last night. It was real good, but then I fell asleep and I had the craziest dream. I was hiking up this mountain and there were these little birds in my shoe that kept chirping at me. Then I get to the top of the mountain and grandma's house is there, but not grandma from San Jose, grandma from Reno. And I was like, dang, that's crazy. Anyway, what are you doing? Still working. Okay, call me later, bye. And I hang up. Only she doesn't call me later. So I have to call her later.
I love my mom so much. She's amazing, but she's been trying to give me career advice, and none of it's helpful, you know? She doesn't understand that there are different levels of fame in comedy. She thinks that all comics are best friends. She'll be like, why don't you call Jerry Seinfeld? And ask to do comedians in cars getting coffee. And I'm like, Mom, I can't even get a guy to jerk off to my feet. Let's lower expectations. Like, this is where my career is at. I have a foosball web series on YouTube, okay? I'm like here. When my mom heard that, she goes, you know who I bet would love to do your YouTube show? Ellen DeGeneres. I was like, oh, you bet, huh? Well, let's put some money on it, because I bet she fucking wouldn't. If I win, you have to let me back on your cell phone plan. She's always trying to find ways to get me on television. Like when she heard I was getting divorced, she sent me a text that said, "Now that you're single, you can go on The Bachelor or Miss America." I was like, yeah, because marriage is what was holding me back from becoming Miss America. Pretty sure part of the qualifications include hasn't been paid in Jell-O shots to tell dick jokes. So, I don't think I'm getting in. I was talking about the foosball web series. So, my entire family and I are actually world champion foosball players. Thank you. Thank you. I know it sounds made up. I swear it's real. My parents met playing in a professional foosball tournament in the 80s. So I literally wouldn't exist if it weren't for foosball. Which is sad. But you know, some of you wouldn't exist if it weren't for boxed wine. So it's like, yeah, whatever. We're all a little garbage. Let's not judge each other. It gets weirder. Not only is my dad a pro foosball player, he's also a slam poetry champion and an international yo-yo man. Yeah, my dad has the sex appeal of a fanny pack. Crushing it. And my mom is in the Foosball Hall of Fame, and they've been training me to play since I was like 2 years old. But since no one suspects that I'm a pro foosball player, I love to hustle people, right? And so I usually play against other comedians on my web series, but we did this special episode where I went undercover in Vegas and I hustled drunk dudes on the Vegas Strip. So I wore this low-cut top, I talked in the worst voice, and my camera crew and I would go up to groups of guys and I'd go,
"Hi, my name's Kelsey, and I have this web series where I do things that I've never done before for the first time. It's called Pop My Cherry." It's silly, you know. So I've never played foosball before, and we just found this table, and I was just wondering if you guys want to play me.
And every group of guys is like, hell yeah, bitch, let's go.
I was gonna be the girl that no matter what age I was just gonna embrace it. Like, that's me, yes, queen, yes. Turns out that's something you say in your 20s. Then you get to your 40s and you're like, ooh, no queen, what happened? Oh no, that's too much eyelid. It's scary getting older. It's scary for women getting older. Because men, if you get gray hair, that's sexy. That's salt and pepper. Hey. Women, we get gray hair and it's like, oh, what happened? That's not fair. I gotta start changing some things about my life. I can't keep shopping at the same stores I used to shop at. Like Forever 21? No, you're not. Turns out that was a lie. I cannot be in line behind some 21-year-old buying the same dress as her. She's out here living her best life. I'm trying to remember to take my vitamins. We like the same dress for different reasons. She's like, ooh, has pockets for my ID. I'm like, ooh, pockets for my Tums. You gotta put that down. Go to Ann Taylor Loft where we belong. Go to White House Black Market. Do a loop-de-loo at Talbot's. Pass by J. Jill. Peek your head in at Chico's. And then go home because your feet hurt. I'm approaching the age where I'm gonna start getting my clothes the same place I get my groceries. Say I won't. You will catch me at Costco. Yeah. About to get them Kirkland jeans, them Kirkland socks, that Kirkland body wash. Hey, this Kirkland gang, what? about to be my new Tuesday. I'm gonna start out front, give me a hot dog and a soda for $1.50. Then I'll flash my VIP card and mosey on in. I start with a lap of samples. Then I take my hair out of my ponytail, make a lap in the other direction. Round 2. Hey, but if you come in for a second sample at Costco, be warned. These sample ladies get offended. They act a type of way if you come in for a second sample. Like they have been baking from scratch all day long. Like, really, Beth? Just give me another chicken tender. Why you gotta do this? It's embarrassing enough just asking for a sample. It's embarrassing, right? Because you have to pretend like you've never heard of this product before. You said it's a tender? And you dip it? Sure, I'll try one. I be coming up with lies just to get a second sample. I do. I'll be like, I'm sorry, can I get another one for my husband who's really hungry? Where is he? Oh, he's at home. I forget that I'm a little bit famous and sometimes people recognize me because one time I came in for a second sample and the sample lady was like, I've seen y'all. I was like, on TV? She goes, no, this is your third time. Mind your business, Beth.
I do think I made an actual good choice recently. I just quit being vegan after a year and a half of doing it. I'm back, baby! I'm back in these meat streets. Oh, man, does it feel good to have friends again? Yeah, no one wants you around. My ex-husband and I, we went vegan together on January 1st, 2020. And then 2 months later, we were divorced. Am I saying that veganism ruins marriages? Yeah, I am. But if we kept on eating nachos, we would have been too happy and too sleepy to notice our problems. There's not a lot of divorce in the Midwest. People think it's religion. It's cheese curds. Cheese can do what God can't. A couple hasn't had sex in 20 years, but they eat a cheese curd and go, you know what? One more day. I'll think about divorce tomorrow, but right now, I'm gonna face fuck this cheddar. I'm gonna get lost in this plate. So, I just saw something online that burned my eyes. I just found out that I'm on WikiFeet. Does anybody here know what WikiFeet is? A few of you nodding. A lot of dudes that are like, don't make eye contact with me right now. If you don't know what WikiFeet is, it's a website for people with foot fetishes. So, women, if you post a photo on Instagram that shows your little tootsies, the foot folks might do a copy and paste onto WikiFeet and then zoom in on your toes and make their keyboard sticky. I know. It's like scrapbooking for men who need Jesus. It's a nice hobby. I know that sounds like I'm kink shaming. I'm really not trying to. Honestly, I am so jealous that some people can get off from that. Like, I wish I could just stare at a dude's hairy kneecap and get tingles in my basement. What a life. I would live on Wiki Knees. Oh, I would get nothing done. So much harder than that. So somebody told me that there's this profile of me on WikiFeet, and at first when I heard that, I was like, oh, does that mean I have hot feet? I'm so flattered. Then I went and looked. I saw that the foot fetish community has rated my feet only 2.3 out of 5 stars. Which they call okay feet. I was like, oh, apparently I have Applebee's feet. It's like, you'll put it in your mouth, but you won't tell anybody about it. Just kind of a 2 for Tuesday deal. And a few months before the pandemic hit, some dude slid into my DMs and just said, $2,000 for foot vid. Now, Denver, make some noise if you would send a video of your feet to a stranger for $2,000. Godless animals, all of ya. My ears, Jesus. Some of you just throw your areola up on Facebook for $1. Aunts and uncles seeing it, you don't give a shit. You're like, Venmo me my dollar, Aunt Sherry, I earned this. This is a solid nip.